Hi everyone, welcome to GK Today's previous year's questions solved and explained. Today we are going to discuss 1979 part 3. Throughout this series we are going to discuss 40 years of paper, and let us begin with the part 3 of the year 1979 now. Which of the following is the correct age of the candidate to become a member of Lok Sabha? And your option is 21 years, 25 years, 30 years, 35 years. And the correct answer is 25 years. So a person must satisfy all of the following conditions to be qualified to become a member of Parliament of the Lok Sabha. He or she must be a citizen of India, must not be less than 25 years of age, must be a voter for any parliamentary constituency in the country, and the candidate of a recognized political party needs one proposer from his constituency for his nomination, while an independent candidate needs 10 proposers, and each candidate is required to make a security deposit of Rs 25,000. The same security deposit for assembly elections is 10,000. Which of the following is not included in fundamental rights in the Constitution of India? Correct answer is right to vote in all elections. India, with its constitution, has given us basic rights. These are known as fundamental rights. And there are 6 basic rights that we are entitled to. The first is right to equality. Right to equality is the first fundamental right which brought the end of untouchability. This right stands for the principle of equality before law as well as social equality and supports non-discrimination of people on any basis. Then there's right to freedom. Right to freedom includes articles on freedom of speech, expression and assembly, and is one of the most important of the fundamental rights. In addition to the 3 main rights of speech, expression and assembly, this fundamental right also provides freedom of association, profession, movement throughout the territory of our country, and freedom to reside and settle in any part of India. Then comes the right against exploitation. This right helps prevent exploitation of the weaker section. The Bonded Labour System Abolition Act of 1976 was enacted by the Indian Parliament in support of this basic right. Right to freedom of religion. India is a secular country, and right to freedom of religion to all its citizens ensures that all states treat all religions neutrally. Every Indian citizen has religious freedom and can follow any religion of their choice. Cultural and educational rights. The cultural and educational rights include the right to education and helps to conserve various heritages of minorities and protect them from discrimination. This fundamental right also allows minorities to set up and administer educational institutions to preserve their heritage. And finally, right to constitutional remedies. This allows Indian citizens to approach the Supreme Court of India to protect their fundamental rights. Which of the following Asian languages are UN official languages? And the correct answer is Chinese and Arabic. There are 6 official languages for the UN. These are Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian and Spanish. The correct interpretation and translation of these 6 languages in both spoken and written form is very important to the work of the organization because this enables clear and concise communication on issues of global importance. Who among the following will decide over a dispute regarding disqualification of members of Parliament? Correct answer is President of India. The question whether a member is subject to disqualification in all other matters except under 10th schedule is decided by the President. However, President should obtain the opinion of the Election Commission before taking such decision. The question of disqualification under anti-defection or 10th schedule is decided by the chairman in case of Rajya Sabha, who is the vice president of the country as well, and in case of Lok Sabha, it is decided by the speaker. The decision of the chairman or the speaker in this condition is subject to judicial review. Which of the following states in India has no legislative council? Among the given options, only West Bengal has no legislative council. Legislative Council or Vidhan Parishad is the upper house in bicameral legislatures in some states of India. It has no powers in terms of passing bills, whether be it money or ordinary bills, unlike Rajya Sabha, which has equal powers as that of the Lok Sabha in terms of ordinary and amendment bills. That is why it is generally optional to have Vidhan Parishad. While most states have unicameral legislature, the only ones who have legislative assembly as well as legislative council are the following 7 states: Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Jammu and Kashmir, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana and Uttar Pradesh. Further, Parliament has also cleared formation of Legislative Council in Rajasthan and Assam. Whenever there is a dispute in presidential election, it is referred to which of the following authorities? Correct answer is Supreme Court. All doubts and disputes arising out of or in connection with the election of a president or vice president shall be inquired into and decided by the Supreme Court, whose decision shall be final. If the election of a person as president or vice president is declared void by the Supreme Court, acts done by him in exercise and performance of the powers and duties of the office of the president or vice president, as the case may be, on or before the date of the decision of the Supreme Court, shall not be invalidated by reason of that declaration. Subject to the provisions of this Constitution, Parliament may by law regulate any matter relating to or connecting with the election of a president or vice president. So basically, the Supreme Court has the ultimate right to decide whether a president or a vice president is valid for office or not. In case they are declared to be unfit for office, then any decision that they have made in the past, before the decision was passed, will remain. Who among the following Europeans was the first to start trade with India? Correct answer is Portuguese. The Portuguese are the first to arrive in India and the last to leave. Portugal was the first European country to start trade with India in 15th century. On May 20, 1498, Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama landed in Kozhikode and became the first European to have discovered the sea route to India, and this allowed Portugal to establish a rich trade with India and Southeast Asia. Who among the following has commented, the Cripps mission was a post-dated check on a crashing bank? Correct answer is Mahatma Gandhi. The Cripps mission was a failed attempt in late March 1942 by the British government. It aimed to secure full Indian cooperation and support for their efforts in World War II. However, Gandhi said that Cripps' offer of Dominion status after the war was a post-dated check drawn on a failing bank. The Congress stopped talks with Cripps and, guided by Gandhi, the national leadership demanded immediate self-government in return for war support. Which of the following is the importance of the Lucknow Congress session of 1916? Correct answer is concession of separate electorates for the Muslims by the Congress party. Now, there are some merits and demerits of this Lucknow Pact of 1916, and the merits include the Lucknow Pact was seen as a beacon of hope for Hindu-Muslim unity. It was the first time that the Hindus and Muslims had made a joint demand for political reforms to the British, and it led to a growing belief in British India that home rule or self-government was a real possibility. The most important purpose of the Lucknow Pact was to achieve Hindu-Muslim unity and generate anti-British feeling. But there were several demerits as well. Since the Congress agreed to the scheme of communal electorates for Muslims, it lost its secular character and the Congress paved the way for future communal tension. The Pact provided for Muslim representation in the councils far in excess of their proportion in the total population, and with the introduction of communal veto in legislation, no legislature could proceed with any bill if 3/4 of the members of a particular community opposed it. Which of the following Muslim rulers enforced price control system? Correct answer is Alauddin Khilji. He enforced price control system for the very first time, and the primary reason of controlling the market was not to reduce the salary of his soldiers, but to check the rising prices of different articles in terms of inflation. Alauddin did not fix the prices of different articles lower than the prevalent prices of those articles in places around Delhi. Besides, the prices fixed by Alauddin were not very different from what we find then afterwards during the reign of Firoz Shah Tughlaq. So it didn't actually change many prices. What the emperor at the time tried to do was control the inflation, much like how the government of today does. What is the exact meaning of the word Mansabdar used in Mughal period? Correct answer is officials of state. The literal meaning of mansab is official appointment of rank and emoluments. Every important officer of Akbar held a mansab or a rank in the imperial cadre, and his rank was measured on how many horsemen he commanded. Thus, it was also a military rank. These mansabdars were paid in zat and savar. Zat was fixed personal salary, while savar was paid as their rank or number of horsemen to be controlled by them. Who led the extremists before the arrival of Gandhiji on the political scene for freedom struggle? Correct answer is Bal Gangadhar Tilak. He led the extremists before the arrival of Gandhi. The extremists believed in agitation, strikes and boycotts to force their demands. Some nationalists led by Lokmanya Tilak agitated against the moderate behavior of Congress. Also, the main purpose was to enable the identification of intervention points or pinch points at which countermeasures can be introduced. Which of the following battles marked the end of French supremacy in India? Correct answer is Battle of Wandiwash. The outbreak in 1756 of the 7 Years' War in Europe resulted in renewed conflict between the French and British forces in India. The Third Carnatic War spread beyond southern India and into Bengal, where British forces captured the French settlement of Chandannagar in 1757. However, the war was decided in the south as British commander Sir Eyre Coote decisively defeated the French under the Comte de Lally at the Battle of Wandiwash in 1760. After Wandiwash, the French capital of Pondicherry fell to the British in 1761, and the French agreed to support British client governments, thus ending French ambitions of the Indian Empire and making the British the dominant foreign power in India. Which of the following philosophies was advocated by the great philosopher Shankara? Correct answer is Advaita. So the principle of Advaita was propounded by Adi Shankaracharya, and it has the following features. According to this principle, there is no difference between soul and universe. That is, both are intermingled. The doctrine says that there are no differences between Atma and the Brahma. The individual soul is not different from Brahma or the universe. Hence, its name is Advaita, meaning non-duality. The basic theme of Advaita is that one unchanging entity alone is real, while changing entities do not have absolute existence. The world is Maya or illusion, and only the self is real. A person who realizes this attains moksha or liberation of the soul. Which among the followings are the planets nearest to the Sun? Now this is an easy one. Of course, the correct answer is Mercury and Venus. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union decided the definition of a planet. The definition states that in our solar system, a planet is a celestial body which is in orbit around the Sun, has sufficient mass to assume hydrostatic equilibrium, that is, it has a nearly round shape, has cleared the neighborhood around its orbit, is not a moon. Our solar system has 8 planets which orbit the Sun in order of distance from the Sun. They are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Pluto, which until recently was considered to be the farthest planet, is now classified as a dwarf planet. Which crop grows in alluvial soil and needs 150 cm rainfall? Correct answer is rice. Geographical conditions for rice cultivation are temperature between 16 degrees Celsius and 27 degrees Celsius, rainfall between 100 cm to 200 cm, soil type should be alluvial or any soil that's on a fertile river basin. Land should either be plain or gentle slopes, and areas of less rainfall have a rice growing with the help of irrigation. Rice is grown in the plains of northern northeastern India, coastal areas and deltaic region. Golan Heights belongs to which of the following countries? Correct answer is Syria. Golan Heights, also called Golan Plateau, is a part of hilly area overlooking the upper Jordan River Valley on the west. The area was part of extreme southern Syria until 1967, when it came under Israeli military occupation, and in December 1981, Israel unilaterally annexed the part of the Golan it held. The area's name is from the biblical city of refuge Golan in Bashan. In 2000, Israel and Syria held their highest level talks over a possible return of the Golan and a peace agreement, but the negotiations collapsed and subsequent talks also failed. More than 40,000 people live on the Israeli-occupied Golan, more than half of them Druze residents. The Druze are an Arab minority who practice an offshoot of Islam, and many of its adherents in Syria have long been loyal to Assad regime. What is the meaning of the term test tube baby? Correct answer is option A. Fertilization of ovum takes place in test tube but it develops in uterus. The test tube baby term is used to refer to a child that is conceived outside the woman's body by a scientific process known as in vitro fertilization. This entire process is done in a laboratory, and in this process the eggs are taken from the mother's ovary and fertilized by the sperm from the father. Then the fertilized eggs are cultured for 2 to 6 days and allowed to be divided to 4 times inside a test tube. Thus the name test tube baby. These eggs are then implanted back into the uterus of a mother where it can develop normally. This is done with the sole intention for establishing and ensuring a successful pregnancy. That's all for this quiz. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Also, do comment how you like this video and if you have any suggestions. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.